Bienvenido, welcome. I'm Oni Boi, your favorite hobby tourist. Hope you're all having a wonderful day today. You know, I love starting every single day, doing my dailies. You know, I get up early. Usually I work. Today, I don't know, I actually woke up kind of lazy, to be honest. You know, it was one of those days that I woke up and I was like, well, I'm just gonna lay in bed for a little bit before actually getting up, making my breakfast, taking my daughter to school. Lately, you know, like we're not doing the nature walks in the morning, we're doing them in the afternoon, which is all good too. Now we're doing like more like errands. So I usually I do like some errands early in the morning. Then I get to hang out with you guys, which is always a pleasure. Hello, OG Mr. Ghost. Welcome in. Glad to have you. We're going to continue working on this piece. The Splatoon, the Squid sisters. We got Marie and Callie, which I love. I actually think they're such fine characters. I think they're really cool because you got one of them which is a little more like bombastic. She's like fun, bubbly, where the other one's a little more mysterious and reserved. It's such a good duo. You know what I mean? I think it's so good. Before actually jumping in, you know what I want. You know, I want those 3 emojis, 1, 2, 3 emojis describing how your day has been, how, like maybe like something you're excited about. Like the weekend is pretty much here. It's Friday, at least Friday for me. It might be Friday for you, might be Saturday, don't really know. But like I said, if it's the weekend, what do you have planned? Maybe summer's coming up too. I know like some people are, their summer is starting already, right? I think like some people like next week or coming up soon, right? It's gonna start changing, gonna get like summer vibes. Let's see, OG Mr. Ghost, my stream is going to be about you. What do you mean about me? You're making a stream about me? I actually might not be doing my gaming stream today just because I have some things to do. I have busy, you know, so I will be doing this stream, you know, obviously like about an hour, and then I have work. I do have some work to do, and then later I'm pretty sure I will not be doing the gaming one. Yeah, just because like I was looked at my schedules, like, you know what, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it today. But I will probably listen to your stream while I'm working. I obviously, you know, I rarely am active in the chat. I tried, you know, I try to listen to, especially if I'm working. But really, I'm curious, is it going to be a surprise, or do you have like a topic? Do you have like a topic in mind? Like why you're you're using me as a topic? Or am I like a subtopic within your main topic? You know what I mean, Mr. Ghost? Is that like the gist? Like, is it like a main topic or is it like a subtopic? They're like, oh, I'm going to do this, but I'm going to bring you up as part of it. Like yesterday with Starry was asking about like YouTube a little bit. I was like talking about it, and I was like saying how we were actually talking about the, what's it called, the like how, like for example, Jazza. I was talking about Jazza, which is fine. I'll bring it up briefly today. So I was talking about how he has like a ton of subs, but he probably doesn't make as much money as he could be because of the fact that he mainly focuses a lot of his money, his income, coming from the YouTube, you know, views and stuff like that. And there's like a bunch of different ways of doing it. But let's see, Mr. Ghost making Oni Boi a base on my Minecraft server. That's the title of the video. Aw, thank you so much. That's wonderful. That's awesome. So you're making me a base? Ooh, you know, I should. So the one when I was playing with my daughter, like we haven't played in a bit. But when we were playing, I started making a base, right? And it's like I made it out of glass. So everything's glass. I just thought it would be funny. Just so like everything is transparent. And my daughter was saying, it made me laugh because she was like, can I put a rug in your house? And I was like, no, it defeats the purpose of being transparent. The whole reason I made everything glass is so it would look through everything. But if you put a rug, it ruins it. You can see the rug. You know what I mean? I just thought it was kind of funny. I told her, no, you could put rugs in some areas, but don't put it everywhere because it's just like, it's too silly if it's a glass house. It kind of defeats the purpose. But either way, I'm going to start jumping in, doing some doodles, but that's cool. I'll definitely watch it, a bit of it while I'm working. Because I have to work. I have to work, and I usually, when I'm working, I'll watch videos or streams or something. So I just won't be actively in the chat, but if you're doing that, I'll definitely watch it for a while. Where was it? Okay. So we were working on, wait, she's Murray, yeah? She's Mary? Because it's like, I know this one's like Callie, as in like, calamari. Mary is, what is it? Marie is, I don't think it's Marine. It's in something else. My stream friend will stream too, I think. Ooh, very nice. That's gonna be really cool. I love it. I love it. But yeah, I'll definitely check it out. I'll hang out with, like, well, I mean, I won't be participating in the chat, but I will be there. You know what I mean? So let's do this. I'll like continue this. I did also change up the music. I don't know if you noticed. The music is a little different. I found it's like a RPG game pack loop. It's like different tracks of like different music, but it's all copyright, you know, non-copyright. So it does sound, I think it might be too soft. You know, it might be a little too chill. What do you think? Or do you think I should go back to something else that's a little more livid, like a little more lively? Because I was like, like, I'm not sure. Because it is like, it's kind of like lo-fi. It's not lo-fi. It's like fantasy lo-fi. I could also do what I want to do. Just because I was looking for different music, because I always put like the same ones, you know? I can't even hear. It's too soft. That's what it is. It's very soft. All right, then I'll go with the different music then. Let's see. What do I want to do? I want to go for something. I usually do this one. This one's like a good one. This one's like nice and simple. You could hear that one, right? Yeah, I use this one a lot. I gotta look for more. I gotta like make a list or something. You know, like a playlist or something. I don't know. Yeah, that's what I was like saying. This one you could definitely hear. I use this one a decent amount. There's like, I think there's like about like 5 or 6 different playlist, like of these like things that I use. But they're like, each one is like 5 hours. You know what? Actually, let's skip it ahead. I'll skip it ahead to like maybe like the 3-hour mark. There we go. Little piano. I don't think I've ever listened to this part of it, because since I usually stream about an hour, maybe 2. I've never gone to the 3 hours, so I just put it to 3 hour and totally different. There we go. Perfect. But yes, let's continue doing this. But yeah, like I said earlier, for anyone who watches the stream later, feel free to leave in the comments those 3 emojis. You're allowed to. You don't have to do it in like during live. If you do it later in the comments, I'll respond. I pretty much, I've responded to every single comment so far. Obviously, okay, if it gets to the point that I have like hundreds and hundreds of comments, okay, maybe I won't read every single comment. But for now, I get like a few comments. Yeah, it's fine. I'm gonna answer everybody. I'm allowed to promise I'll answer everyone who comments. You know, at least for now. I have the ability to. Because that's like one of those things, I feel like one of the big difference with being a smaller content creator or whatever. For like anyone who's like smaller, they could like make some, they're allowed to comment, right? It's not like, oh no, there's so many comments, I'll never be able to look at it. Like there's like one dude I follow. That guy has like, I think he has like 2 million. He has like 2 million subs. He gets too many comments. I remember once someone was asking, oh, do you look at your comments? He's like, well, no, he said I do. He says usually only the first day though. You know what I mean? And then he says the first day I'll actually read all the comments. But then after, he's like, day 2, I won't. He said I won't. It's just too many. You know, but just because he said day 2 are my fans, you know, like those are people who actually like watch my stuff. And then he said like, you know, like day 1 are my fans. Day 2, you start getting people who normally aren't your fans. And I was like, really? He said day 3, it's just a mess. He doesn't like day 3. He said he used to read everything, but by day 3, he realized that's when you start getting trolls. And I was like, really? That's so funny. I thought it was so interesting. His take on YouTube, on comments. By day 3, you get a whole bunch of trolls and stuff. I was like, okay. So he decided he only reads day 2, like day 1. Day 1 is the only day that he'll actually read. You know? So like he'll post a video and then 24 hours from then he'll look at it. You know, he'll read all the comments. He said that he'll do it like, I don't remember what time. He said he'll do it like super early in the morning. And I was like, oh, that's nice. And like, obviously he doesn't respond to everyone, but he'll respond to some of them. I actually thought it was funny. He responded to one of mine the other day. This YouTuber, which I thought was really funny. Because I put like a funny comment and he was like, holy smokes. I was like, that's cute. It was a cute comment. Like his comment was cute. Which I think that's one of those things when you're doing this kind of stuff, you don't need to do like elaborate response. You know what I mean, Mr. Ghost? You don't need like a huge response. It's one of those things that you just need like a little response. Like, hey, I saw your thing. Thank you for the support. That's like kind of like the thing. It's like, hey, thank you. You don't need much else. That looks okay. I'm like kind of like vibing it. You know what I mean? I'm like looking, I'm like, it's fine. It's fine. It's not perfect. It's not, it never is. I never try to go for perfection. I used to. I've mentioned it many times. When I was younger, I would get so stressed out whenever I did like art, like in college or high school or whatever. I would get so stressed because I'd want everything to look realistic, and it would take hours and hours on a piece, like a single piece. I would take hours on it. You know, not anymore. Now I'm like, nah. We're having fun, doing doodles. I also love, I like cartooning now, which is like a big difference from how I used to be. That's probably the biggest difference. If I could go back in time and like talk to myself, right? Talk to yourself as like a kid or whatever. I would be like, dude, it's fine to mess up on like this stuff. You're allowed to not do like perfection. That's why a lot of times you'll see I'm like, whatever. Hey, Flopix, welcome in. I was just talking about how when I was younger, I used to be a perfectionist with art and pretty much actually a lot of things. I used to be so stressed about things being perfect. You know, like I would go over and over and over until I was like, okay, this is good. And it's like, Jesus Christ, how long did that take? Took too long. That's what it is, right? Oh, let's continue. But right now, like I said, we're just having fun, doing some doodles. I'm getting your era ready. Yo, the area? Nice. Yeah, cool. You're like clearing out the area in Minecraft? That's sick. That's cool though, I like it. We'll probably go in like I'm like thinking about this now. We'll probably do like little details afterwards, you know. Hey, yo, hello, long time no see, agreed. I feel like I haven't seen you in a bit. You know, I was like, hey, where you been? No, I know, you've been out and about, which is wonderful. It is wonderful. You guys are doing stuff. I love it. I love actually like, that is one of those things that you should like really take advantage of. Going out and making experiences. That is one of those things I feel like everyone needs to do. You need to get experience in life. Just do different things. Obviously, don't do anything dangerous. You know, I don't want anyone to get hurt. But I do think you should live your life. You should do stuff. You know, just being every day doing the same thing can get a little monotonous and boring. You know, you do need, I'm gonna say it. You can't have like a chaotic life, because I had one of those. Or illegal. No, illegal. Yeah, agreed. Don't do anything dangerous, illegal. Well, most things that are illegal are dangerous in one way or another. You know what I mean? So I feel like just saying dangerous in general works. I think it's like it's a fine, like a good catch-all. Most things that are illegal are dangerous in some sense or another. Like for example, where I live, they have signs on the beach. It's like, please do not touch the turtles. You know, like leave the baby turtles alone, because I live in close to a beach where baby turtles, like turtles, will actually lay their eggs. So they say don't lay them. Oh, I've done that many times already. You know, Madame Marie, I've done that. I've actually drawn Freddy multiple times now. I did Golden Freddy, did regular Freddy. So yeah, that one I feel like that's one, if someone puts it on the list, I'm just gonna say no. Just because I've done it many times, it's like kind of boring. You know? I think that I need to add that in the list. No repeats. I'm not gonna be repeating things over and over again. You know, now that you brought it up, I think I'm gonna have to add that to the list later. You know, I'll like reword it, just like I don't want a repeat of the same art. Hitmonlee? What do you mean Hitmonlee? I like Hitmonlee. Oh, like someone came in. Let me see. I'm like, you know, oh no, that's Hitmonchan. Hitmonchan. Wait, sorry. There we go. It's a Hitmonchan. Oh, it's so cute with the fist up. I like it. It's very cute. Yeah, Hitmonchan, Hitmonlee, Hitmontop, which I don't like that they did Hitmontop. They ruined the flow of the thing, because because it was based off of Bruce Lee. Chan, because it was based on Jackie Chan. And then they did Top. I was like, dude, Top, you ruined the whole theme. Can you check the DM? Sure, I'll check it in a moment. Here, let me see that. Where are Discord? Let's see. What'd you post? An image. Ooh, I like it. You made this. It looks good. Gives me like 80s vibes. You know what I'm talking about? Like Miami, like Hotline Miami. I don't know if you know that. It gives me like that vibes, like Art Deco. Yeah, no, I know Flopix. It's supposed to be a capoeira, you know. Hitmontop is supposed to be capoeira fighter, but they kind of just ruined it. Because he's doing, you know, Hitmontop, what it's doing, it's supposed to be a dance. I don't know if you've ever seen the capoeira. It's a Brazilian martial arts base, like, so it's a Brazilian martial arts that slaves would actually do. They would do like a dance, but they were actually practicing martial arts. So it actually is a really rich history to it. It's actually a beautiful dance, like martial arts. And then, it's a futuristic. Oh, you know, it gives me 80s vibes. You know, when I look at it, you look at like that, the 80s, like Art Deco, kind of like Hotline Miami. You know what I'm talking about? What style I made? Okay, let's see. Well, I'm still here. But where? You just, I don't see anything new. It's the same thing, Zorro. I don't see nothing. Oh, okay, I did. I was able to refresh it. It's the same thing. You sent the same thing. Yeah, it's you just put it twice. Yeah, I'm literally just seeing it twice, my friend. It's the same thing. Yep. I made Doc? What? I'm so lost. It looks the same. I made a synthwave thing. I'm totally lost. What do you mean by synthwave? Huh? I'm so lost. What do you mean? Okay, let me see. It's the same thing. That's already saw it. You just put it twice. It's the same thing. Mr. Ghost, I have to expand the portal area for you. Ooh, very nice. That's cool. But yeah, I'm not seeing anything new. It's the same thing. You're just posting it again. Yeah, that's 80s. That's based on 80s Hotline Miami. That's literally what that is. Roronora's Vortex. That's what that is. It's based on like 80s like fashion and stuff, like 80s like era. It's not supposed to be futuristic. I mean, it's 80s futuristic, I guess, if you want to be like specific. Yeah, that's cool. It's cool that you're building that. But yeah, that's just 80s. Yeah. No, that's awesome, Mr. Ghost. So okay. So if you're doing that, right? You're leaning more into the direction of making an experience then for your channel, right? So you're doing more like, hey, come hang out. So what you got to do, Mr. Ghost, if that's the direction you're going with, then you have to do for your like shorts and stuff. You should probably make shorts like, oh, on this day, come hang out on my streams, play with me, stuff like that. You make it an event. You know what I mean, Mr. Ghost? If that's like the direction you're going with your channel, making like a Minecraft server, having people play with you, having try out your server when you're not there, stuff like that. If you're doing that, then I highly recommend making like videos or shorts, advertising, hey, come hang out. You know, that's kind of like the vibe, if that's what I'm getting at least from you doing this. That's if you want to do. It seems like that's what you want to do. But that's pretty cool. All right, let's continue doing this. Let's do that. Let's see. Nope. There we go. There we go. Just such odd eyes. You know, like they're big eyes. Like they're big, but they're also like kind of closed and like a little sleepy. She got like sleepy eyes. Which is cool. I like it. I like the vibe. So one thing I didn't know for the longest time, the mask, right? When originally, I thought they were just colored. You know what I mean? I thought it was just like a paint on the model. But if you look at them, they are poofy. And a black hole too. Ooh, very cool. What's the black hole for though? Like is that Roblox? Is that like that one's Roblox, right? That's cool though. So you made like a little black hole. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I get you. That's pretty cool. Wait, no. There we go. And then I guess it'll be like, I don't want. Well, it's so close to being a tangent. Yeah, I'm gonna like modify it just so it's not a tangent. You know what I mean? Just like slightly up. Okay, something like that. You can't even see this one. That's fine. What color do you want? Green or purple? I like purple more than green. I do like green, but I think purple is a little cooler. It's more mysterious. I have 3 types of blue. Ooh, what kind of blue? What kind of blue are you gonna go with? Like a mid blue? It is liquid as it is a tear. There we go. There we go, right? She's looking fun. I think light blue fits you. Okay, perfect. But yeah, I'll definitely be watching this stream. Like I said, I have work. So usually when I'm working, I can listen to stuff. You know, I am lucky enough that I have that ability. I know a lot of people that can't. I have a friend of mine. He always tells me that he's like, oh man, I want to listen to stuff while I'm working, and like he's like, can't. You know, he's not allowed. I'm like, oh, that's a bummer. I'm sorry. But I know I am lucky enough that I am able to, which is one of my luxuries I guess I have. You gotta like really appreciate what you have, you know what I mean? One of those things. Not everyone has that ability to do that stuff. It was actually funny the other day. I saw this like content creator, right? And he was responding to a hater, and I thought it was so funny. Just like the way he responded to the hater, because the hater was like saying, "Oh, you just like flexing on kids. It's like you're not like a real man or whatever." He was saying like that, and the guy responded in like a way I feel like only like dads would know, like how that's such a flex. And I thought it was so funny. So the guy, one of his flexes was like one of his bigger flexes was that he's able to put his daughter to bed every night. And I was like, ooh, that's such a big flex. And I thought it was funny. You know, because it is a luxury. It is a luxury, believe it or not. Because like even for me, I remember as a kid, a lot of times my dad, he would be working late. You know, he would be working super late. And I would stay up. I would stay up late. I was like, I should have been in bed. You know what I mean? I should have been asleep, but I would stay up. You know, it was one of those things, and I was just thinking, realistically, I probably shouldn't have seen him like as much as I did. A lot of times I would spend time with him after school or summers and stuff, which I appreciate. Like, I appreciate it. You know, like, yes, I probably would have rather been like hanging out with friends or whatever. You know what I mean? Like hanging out with my friends or going out or doing something. But as a kid, I do remember spending a lot of time with my dad, like at the office or something. But like I totally get what he meant though, like that he is like such a huge luxury that he's able to put his daughter to bed every night. And I'm like, ooh, that's a pretty good luxury. Because if Flopix playing games late at night is such a core memory, right? No, I know. I know that. I know what you mean. Those are like those core memories you have, you know? You highly appreciate them. So I like, I think it's one of those things like it's the one I mentioned to you guys. Like I know like some of you guys like, oh, you know, I gotta do this. It's like, you do it. It's like, you go do it. This is like a bonus. This is like a fun little thing. You know, I'm having fun, you know, and I hope you guys also have fun while I'm doing like my doodles or working on my game and playing video games with you guys. It's all fun. But I do rather you guys went out and did something. You know, if you're like, oh, I'm gonna hang out with my friends, yeah, go hang out with your friends. You know, you don't have to feel restricted, like, oh, I need to watch the stream. Like, no, you go have fun, you know, with your friends, do something, you know, that's like one of those things. I'm like, come on, you don't need to feel like, oh, I need to be here for the game or for the stream. Like, you know, I'm like, it's like, the part of it is like, we're having fun, but if you're gonna have fun doing something else with your friends, go for it. You don't have to feel guilty. Because I know, like, for example, you, Mr. Ghost, you mentioned many times, like, oh, I'm so sorry I missed it. I'm like, dude, it's fine. You were doing stuff. You know? Like, I know you want to be here every stream, but you don't have to be every stream. You know, you have your own streams too, which is awesome. Let's see, let's do like this. There we go. Yeah, I like this. It's looking good. I feel like I'm actually happy with this this image. No. There we go. As I said, I'm happy with this. I'm like, no, I'm not happy with this. You know, like almost instantly, I'm like, no, I don't like this anymore. Flopix, I'm watching it because I have nothing better to do most of the time. I like the content, and right now it's my turn to do. Yeah, no, I get you, Flopix. That's what I'm saying. Like, it is one of those things, because I have seen a lot of people, they're like, you need to watch this, or like, you know, I mean, you know what I mean? They try to make people feel like they're missing out. You understand what I mean, Flopix? So like, I have seen it a few times. I'm not gonna like name anybody. I don't remember anybody off the top of my head. But I do remember people trying to stimulate people into thinking, oh, you need to watch it live. You need to be here. Don't miss it, you know? And I'm like, no, we're having fun. You know, it is like a fun activity we're doing. But it's not like, I'm not gonna like try to force you guys to be here. You know, I think like when I've done the one on the Oni XD channel, right? I've done the one where it's like, oh, you know, be here to challenge the gym. It's like a fun thing, you know, but like if you're here, like, yeah, that's cool. You get to play or whatever. But it's not like one of those things like, oh, you need to be here. I think there is like a level of like sincerity. Well, there we go. There we go. Well, I'm actually not liking that one. I was like looking at him, like, well, I was like I wasn't digging that line. Nope. Nope. Actually, that was like close. I was like, that was close. Okay. I'm like almost there. I'm almost doing this line. Like sometimes you look at it and like, it looks close, but not really what I like. Like not the line that I wanted. There we go. It's looking a little better. I mean, obviously, I'm not finishing it today. Just telling you, heads up right now, we're not. Let's see. No, I think after this arm, I'll look at the Discord again. Because I know you guys do, I think I did see, yeah, it looks, well, okay. Zoro's like sending a bunch of things it looks like. I just saw like it has like a number. Because I'm doing that where I'm not looking at the Discord all the time. We are. You know, I'll look at the Discord for a little bit. But like sometimes it was like too much, you know? That's what I'm saying. Okay, we'll do like every once in a while, I'll take like a little mini break looking at what you guys send me. There we go. Right? Nope. Ooh, now it's like, it's almost summertime. There's like a bunch of stuff I want to do. Bunch of stuff, which think about, I gotta, probably after the stream, I'm going to record something before working, just because it shouldn't take too long. For a video that I'm gonna be a guest in another person's video, actually. I'm going to eat and start my stream. Yeah, you go for it, Mr. Ghost. I'm still gonna be streaming for a bit longer, maybe like 30 more minutes, about like 30 more minutes, and then I will wrap it up. But we got a bit. So I'll jump in after, you know what I mean? I'll take a peek in later. There we go. Okay, let's see. Okay, it's looking okay. Huh? Your video? What happened to your video? Yeah, have a wonderful day, Zoro. Aurora Nora Vortex. Actually, let's do that. I'm gonna look at, you sent me a few things. Let's see, the black hole. Ooh, oh, very nice. Looks pretty good. Let's look at this one. Oh, you put a design on the back of this character. That's cool. And then what is this? Fighting? Robots fighting? That's cute. Let's see this one. Oh, these are the mechas you were talking about that you made. Very cool. No, I'm saying like a guest on like a video, and like they sent me voice lines. You know what I mean, Mr. Ghost? Someone sent me voice lines for a video. Armor. Ooh, very cool. A sniper. Yeah, what else? What is this one? A carbine? Okay, that's cool. A handgun. Can't really tell it's a handgun because it's so blocky. That one looks like a handgun. And then that one is like an arm cannon or a hand cannon. That's cute. I like it. Very cool. Very cool. I know you just left, but it's still cool. But no, let's see what I'm gonna do over here. Wait, there we go. Then this thing, this is like the bow, which is, it's technically not a bow. It's like the tentacles tied up, which I feel like I probably would do too. If I had like super long tentacles, I'd probably knot them up just like for space. You know what I mean? It's like one of those things you really think about it. You wouldn't want them to drag on the ground or anything. So you probably would put them in like a knot or something. Yeah, like that, right? Yeah, I'm like looking at it. Hold up. Yes, okay. And then let's do this. Bring that over here. Oh, like her hat. How actually? I want to look at her hat again. It does have a lip. That's what I was like wondering about. Last time I kind of just like did it like whatever. But like now that I look at it, it does have a lip on it. Like a little, like a brim. Lip, brim, whatever. Doesn't matter. Something like that? Yeah. Yeah. That's good. No, actually, hold on. Nope. There we go. There we go. That looks about right. And then we'll do this one. Hold up. There we go. That looks good. And then we'll do this. Oh. Nope. Wait. I'm like looking at this. So this one goes on top of her hair. Yeah? Okay. Because I was looking at her hair. Her hair was like this. Nope. No. And then this would actually go right there. All right, now that I've got them down, I'm gonna do an outline. Just I want to like thicker on all of them, right? So let's do like slightly thicker. Let's do like a 17. Just on like the outer areas, I want the outline. Actually, probably could just do it with the 15. Because I wasn't like pushing hard on like the other areas anyways, you know? So let's do that. Yeah, look at that. There we go. I know, like it's like it looks thick. I like it thick though. I like it to look a little thick. I think it's fun. Makes it look like a sticker. Which I've mentioned before is one of those things I want to do in the future. I want to be able to do, like after every stream, I would have these things available as stickers. I think that would be really fun. But that's like me getting a sticker machine. If I got a sticker machine, I would do that. For now, I do not have one. So no sticker machine for now. Hopefully in the near future though, actually. Right? Let's do this. Let's do that. Yeah, look at that. That's feeling good. Okay. I'm gonna make like this like a little thicker. Just because like so you know it's like an overlap. I will do that in like some spots. Like that, right? Let's do over here. There we go. And I feel like it's like very chill. The music is like at this point, like now looking at like listening to it, it's very relaxing. Like it's not like super relaxing, but it does feel nice. I don't know if you guys heard I accidentally, well, I didn't accidentally, I just adjusted myself. But as I did, I cracked my back. Super loud. So I don't know if you guys could hear that. You heard that, the crack. It might actually block it, like with my my settings. Actually, I'm curious. Well, no, I actually don't want to do that because I know some people get grossed out by cracking. I was gonna do it on the mic to see if you could hear the crack, but no, that I know some people get grossed out by this sound. Nope. What was that? Blubix, I heard some Pokemon Sun and Moon and Rayman among the background music. Yeah. No, yeah, in the background music, it's they're supposed to be like non-copyright, but they're inspired by Pokemon music. You know what I mean? So the music that we hear, like that I have on this playlist, is all inspired by Pokemon music. Which I think is neat. I love that. I was looking for music inspired by Splatoon, but I couldn't find any non-copyright. You know what I mean? I did look for, since we're doing Splatoon, I was like, oh, let me look for non-copyright Splatoon music. Because a lot of people like making music for people to listen to. You know, I don't know if you know, what's his face? Like Hoops and Hip Hop. I don't know if you've heard of him. He's like a Pokemon YouTuber, but he does music. He'll do like a music like inspired by Pokemon. But I think all of his stuff is copyright. You know, if I wanted to use his stuff, I would have to pay him. Which I'm not going to get into that deal. Like, obviously, when I get to that point, that I would be getting money from YouTube for streaming or whatever, videos and stuff like that, I would probably be into that. Getting a music from actual artists. You know what I mean? Like, that would be cool. I'm like, hey, yeah, I would love to have your music playing in like one of my videos or whatever. Yeah, definitely. I would do that. But for now that I don't get paid or anything for doing this just for fun, yeah, no. I'm not going to be getting paid music or anything like that for a long while. Eventually when I have Ori's and stuff going, I'd love to have all my Ori's music. That would just be so good. I do know, I know like some people who are music though. Splatoon running on Switch and let it play in the background. No, then I would get, it doesn't work just because the way it works, Flopix, with like copyright and stuff. So it's different me playing their game because it's their game. It's their official game, right? But the moment I'm doing something that's not theirs, and I'm using their official music, see, it tends to be with the officialness, you know what I mean? So right now, like I'm doing a drawing, right? And if I use their music, they're like, well, that's not our drawing. That's not one of our artists. You know? So the way it works, if I was an artist for the Splatoon team, I could have the music because I am an official artist with Splatoon. So I'd be like vetted. You understand what I mean? Yeah, that's like I'm on theme, but I'm not one of their official artists. So by me doing this, someone can get confused, like a random fan, but like, oh, is this like they're drawing Splatoon? They have the Splatoon music. They're like, oh, maybe it's an official artist. Maybe I say something unhinged. I say something racist or something crazy, right? And then like all of a sudden Nintendo, like people are like, whoa, this Nintendo artist was doing some stuff. They were saying some like unhinged stuff. You get what I mean? That's why they do it. And Salty Pretzel with 100 crayons. That's a lot. You made 100 already? I do know. I usually like them when I see them, but I didn't know you had 100 already. That's a lot. I'm not even like joking. That's a lot. There's like a lot of crayon characters. They're pretty cool though. I do like them. But yeah, that's how it works though. Not yet, but might. Oh, soon. Okay. I was gonna say 100. I was like, woo. I mean, in my finished version of Ori's, I'm gonna have 108. By the way, if you're curious. Like drawn, I don't have that many. I think I have like maybe like 30 drawn. But like written out, like ideas and concepts and stuff like that, I have 108. The finished version will have 108 Oris. At least for now, that's the number I'm gonna have. That's the number I have in mind. It might change, I never know. Maybe I want to do more or less, depending on how things go. But for now, the number is 108 if you're curious. Yeah, let's do a little bit on this. Right, there we go. Do that. A little bit over here. Right? I'm getting like on her neck or... Yeah, okay, I'm liking this. There we go. I feel like she's looking good. Nice and clean. Actually, I'm going to do a little bit on that one. This hair to... you know, the little bit on the hair there. Okay, I think now we're good. That feels good. Now let's go into this one. The outline for this girl. Start up there. No, actually. I was like, that line just off. There we go. But yeah, like for the music thing, I do eventually, I would love to have my own music for Ori's and stuff. I want to hire somebody to make the music for me. But it's like very particular. I know, like I've had people actually ask me, like, "Oh, I know how to make music." It's like, no. There's actually like, because the game I'm making, you know, Ori's, it has a cultural significance. I want a very specific thing. You know, because they're based on Caribbean stories and you know, Taino, Yoruba, all that stuff. I do actually want to find a Caribbean artist. You know, I want to find a Caribbean, just like, so I can get that proper vibe. You know what I mean? The proper vibe of the Caribbean in the music when I get to that point. Because I've had people like, oh, I know how to make, you know, game music. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. It's just, that's not what I want right now. Like either way, right now, no. And then like second, I was like, I want a very specific vibe to it. Not saying that they couldn't do it, but it's just one of those things I want eventually. I want to find like an actual Caribbean style artist. You know? You're back. Welcome back for a second. The second has passed. No, I'm joking. It was only for 1 second. You're here and you're gone. Just doing the outline on the character still. And just talking a little bit about music. Yeah, I'm really digging this. This is actually pretty fun. Even though I feel like I have been on this piece. Well, also if I really think about it, this whole week, this streams have been really short. I've only been doing an hour just because I've been so busy. I've been actually I've been like feeling very busy lately. You know what I mean? And then like, because of that, usually I'll do like a little more than an hour. I'll do like an hour and a half, sometimes even 2 hours. But this whole week I've only been like literally an hour flat. And then like, I also have like the talking, vacation time. What do you mean, you? Or I need a vacation? Well, I mean, my daughter's getting on vacation soon. Her school's gonna be out soon. So that is like a little bit of a vacation for me in some sense. I don't need to take her to school very soon. You know, Bingo will be out of school very soon. She'll be in summer. So the schedule for her will be changing up a bit. You know? There you go. There we go, right? It's looking good. At least I think. I think it's getting there. With her little noodle legs. Oh no, that was bad. Yeah, that's what. Okay. He's an Oni Boi. Bingo, you're free to do whatever. Wait, Oni Boi POV, you're. I mean, kind of. I mean, like bingo, like no, we'll be doing stuff. You know, like I'm very much like one of those people. I like doing stuff. Like she's not gonna be like just like watching TV every day. You know, that's not gonna be it. It's gonna be more like, hey, let's get up. You're gonna help me make breakfast. We'll probably go for like we'll do like a little exercise. I like exercise, believe it or not. I know you're like, what? You do art and you like games and stuff, but you also exercise? Yes, I do. I do. Not like a lot. I don't exercise a lot. I do like mild exercise now. But I used to exercise too much. So I'm an avid person of doing like some exercise. And my daughter actually saying that she wants to learn jujitsu. Bingo wants to learn jujitsu. And it's like, cool. That's a good one. It's like a fun sport one. You know, it's like a fun sports martial arts. These like different martial arts are very good at different things. And I would say jujitsu is a good one for sport. The one I learned is heavily on self-defense. There are some sports guys that like in Kempo, that's the style I did. There are a few, but in general is more of a self-defense one. You know, same like a good one for a good example, like Taekwondo. That's a sports one. I would say that's a very sporty one. Krav Maga, that one's probably more self-defense. Boxing, sport, like all of them are good. Obviously, all of them are good. They're all wonderful, but some focus more on one thing than another. But she was telling me that she wants to try jiu-jitsu, and I was like, cool, that's a good one. That's a fun one. I had a bunch of friends that did it. When I did like martial arts and stuff, I had a few friends that did it. There we go. Because that's like the thing when, I don't know if like any of you guys have done like martial arts or anything, but when you get into martial arts, a lot of people will do multiple. They'll be like, oh my God, I love it. And then they go do like a bunch of different ones. That's why you see one guy like, oh, I'm a black belt and this and that and this and that and this. And you're like, geez, how many are you doing? You know, like how many martial arts are you gonna do, my man? Or like, you know what I'm talking about? And it's because you get addicted to it. You do. You actually get addicted to doing multiple different kinds. For 3 weeks. Oh no, I did it over 10 years in a studio. And then after that, even though I kind of, I didn't quit, but like I kind of like stopped going. Because it was like my job. Like I said, at first I did it because I did it, but then later I started working at it. Oh, after you broke your hand and left. Aw, that's rough. But I did it over 10 years. Over 10 years. I never broke a bone. Well, okay, technically that's not true because I found out later. I remember when I stopped doing martial arts. I remember taking an x-ray and a doctor asking me if I ever broke a toe. And I was like, no. I was like, what do you mean? And they were like, oh, it looks like you did. Yeah, I have a wonderful story. Finger story. Finger story? The what? Yeah. But yeah, it was one of those things. It was like, so I guess I did break it. That was like the only thing I ever broke. You know, I might have broken my toe. Maybe. According to the doctor. But I did get messed up all the time. Dislocated my shoulders many times. A bunch of like micro fractures, like little cracks in my bones. That's a bunch.
looking at the time, I will be wrapping up very soon. Probably when I'm done doing the outline on her, I'll wrap it up. You know? So I will be doing that very soon. Oh. There we go. And then move the outlines over here. Do the one up top. There we go. I love this. It's funny because I've actually heard other people say, like, oh, thick outlines are so bad. I'm like, I don't care. You know, I'm like, I don't care. I like them. I think they look fun. They look, like I said, they look very cartoony. They make things look very cartoony when you do the thick outlines. I like them. Right? And there we go. And then let's do outline over here on this top one. Because it is separate. I like using parts that are like very separated. There we go. And then let's do this. Nice. Okay. And over here, I'm like looking at it, like what spots I want to modify slightly. Nope, that's not it. Oh, there you go. How's it looking? I'm like, let me take it off. Hey, they look good. I feel like they look fine, right? They're not like perfect, but they're good. Oh, you know what I want to do? I want to add this one. And then let's do it over here too. I'm like, just like little spots, you know what I mean? And let's do like this over there. Yeah, actually, no. Like, I'm like looking through. What spots do I want? Oh, you know what I want? I want to modify this thing. Like slightly. Not a lot, just a little bit. There we go. That's what I want. There we go. Just want to like add that little line there. And then let's do one over here. Around there. And like, all right. No, hold on. Well, actually, okay. I was like kind of playing around with the concept, but I like that line. And I'm like looking at them. Anything else I want to add? You know what I want to do? I want to do this. Kind of. So I'm kind of like, it's like low key shade, you know, like it's like kind of like shading, but not really. I'm not like actually full on shading it. I'm just like, when you do these thicker lines, you're kind of going in like, oh, okay, these are shadows a little bit. Some people get like really good with it. Like I like when you see that a lot with the lighting. I don't know if you've seen that style. So like they'll do like this, right? Do this, and then the bottom is like way thicker than the top. And it'll just like, it will look like shading without even adding shading. You know what I mean? It looks like you added shading or something, but you didn't. But either way, let's get rid of that. But yes, I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. Right? We'll continue this on Monday. Yeah, I think we're gonna continue. Wait, no, almost. There we go. Continue this Monday. Yeah, I'm gonna continue this on Monday. I think like they're looking good. They look fine, nice and good, nice and clean. But I'm gonna wrap it up here, guys. Thank you guys so much. I seriously appreciate it for hanging out with me while I do some doodles. Thank you so much, Mr. Ghost, Floppix, Salty Pretzel. Thank you so much, Roarnor Vortex. And looking through I think that's everyone who actually spoke. And thank you so much to all the lurkers, for everyone who's just hanging out. You don't have to participate. You know, it's not like an obligation. You don't have to talk or anything like that. I highly appreciate it. Thank you for liking, subscribing, doing all that awesome stuff that helps me out. Hope to see you all very soon. See you next time. Goodbye.